Buller Bear. Got my old 1 ounce Buller Bear coin out here, and let's see what she says. She comes up a bull. Good morning, afternoon, actually afternoon. Good afternoon, folks. What's up? This is Brian Kuzma. We're Commercial Ware Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Got the live manatee cam up here. Got this whiskered fellow checking out the cam there, and water clarity not too bad, but haven't put this camera up for a little while. Thought you guys might enjoy it. There you go. There's the underwater manatee cam at Hermosa Springs. I've been there myself. Oh, it's a glass window that's underneath the water they have there, and for some reason, I guess the manatees like the cold water or something. I'm not quite sure. You can also see snook and other cool creatures back there as well. Free cam, again, you can watch yourself and bookmark it at YouTube. Well, here's my, it's not really a quote of the day. Let's call this, I'm going to start doing cartoons of the day. So, anybody remember who Dr. Bernanke was? And, the term helicopter money kind of came from this guy here. And you can't say he started it all. I think this was during the 2008 era or somewhere in that era. I forget exactly when his reign was, when he was captain of the Fed Titanic, what his tenure was at the point before he jumped ship. But there it is. If we feed the banks enough dollars, something good is to bound come out of it at the other end eventually. My gosh, this cartoon is old. I've had it for a while, but it is starting to prove it's so true. That's exactly what we got. We got a pig with a plugged up arsehole that is about to explode, and that's exactly what they created, is a giant pig. Just feeding it, never fixing the issue here. But I digress. I thought you guys would enjoy. And what's this got to do with the price of gold and silver? Everything. The gold is got an inverse relationship with the dollar graph. The dollar graph, if you look from 1913, where is it? We got a dollar graph up here somewhere. Let me expand that window a little bit there, and add a window. Where's my dollar graph? Give me 1 second. There you go. Well, that's not really a dollar graph, but consumer power. This is what you really need to be interested in. Is if you overlaid a gold chart, if you put a gold chart over this for most of it, except back in this era when FDR called in all the gold. Basically, some people will say stole it, but again, being on the gold standard at the time, that is a legal tangled question. That I don't know if it was ever addressed in the, yeah, it was addressed in the Supreme Courts, but I digress. If you took this chart right here and laid it over a gold chart, you would see as this is sliding down, gold is just doing the opposite, going up like that. So there is a direct inverse relationship here on the charts with the buying power of the US dollar versus the buying power of gold. Okay, it does hold up on its own. As far as a lot of people saying, has it kept up with inflation? Well, inflation of what products? I mean, inflation can be I know the transitory word. We all hate that transitory word, but inflation can be transitory as well. So, I mean, things like electronics, can go expensive. Cars can go expensive, especially if you see what happened after the Critter 19 scare that we had in 2020. Everything went up in price, but that was indeed transitory to some effect. They were correct with that, but has gold kept up with inflation? Absolutely, when you consider that it's kept up with the number one inflation indicator of all time, which is the US dollar. It's kept up very well. It just hasn't exceeded. And the reason that gold hasn't gone ballistic and crazy is because it gets such small amount of attention. Most of the money is thrown in equity markets and that kind of casino-like bullshit, and the derivative markets and the CME groups casino. Most money gets thrown in there. Gold and silver, may receive 1% of 1% of the investment money out there. So that's why gold and silver hasn't exploded, but they certainly have kept up better than the dollar. Think about it. The silver quarter in 1964 would buy you a gasoline. A U.S. 1964 quarter with Washington's head on it, 1964 half dollar with Kennedy's head on it, 90% silver, which is what the U.S. Mint was making at the time. That coin will still buy you a gallon of gas, the quarter will, or 2 gallons of gas for that half dollar. If you had a dollar bill or $2, or if you had a dollar bill in your pocket, or two non-silver quarters in your pocket right now, you couldn't spend them. I mean, you couldn't buy a gallon of gas with that. So you see the connection I'm trying to make there. All right, well, let's move along here to spot prices here, and this is stuff we talk about so many times in my videos in the past, and if you haven't heard me talk about it, there's about 700 videos here. You can listen to us talk about dollar wars, about all the stuff that the media now acts like is something new. Oh my gosh, BRICS nations, where did they come from? Or this is stuff I've been talking about in my videos for years. The weaponization of the US dollar. I'm talking about that since day one, since I started talking about these videos, and I was talking about it way before then as well. And now it's like a surprise. Oh my gosh, you know, now they hate us because we weaponize the dollar. Who knew? Give me a effing break out there. But anyways, the masses are sheep for the most part, unfortunately. Let's take a look at spot prices here at the crooked Crimex markets and see what we got going on here. I want to kind of see, hang on a sec, Kitco. Ted Butler talks about, I love the term he used, because we have noticed that when gold has gotten chopped down, gold 24-hour charts. Let me see if I can pull that up, charts. We know that gold has been kind of chopped down here this week, over the last week. Where is, give me 1 second here, see. Kitco, 24-hour charts, and of course, I typed that in, you'd figure they'd be at the top of the page, but no, people spend more money on them to get on top of the page, and a little Google thing there, if you're involved with Google advertising. 24-hour spot gold prices. Let's take a look at where we got hacked here. April 19th, last night. How did we do in the overnight markets? Well, it looks like during the evening markets, there you go. During the evening markets, they got hacked in the New York Globex evening markets there until the early morning when they shot back up. But look, I mean, these are thinly traded markets that you're seeing here in the evening markets. This is, again, nothing more than some kind of computer algo shenanigans going on with big commercial traders or spoofers or whatever the F it is out there. They just blatantly do it, and Ted calls it the salami slicer effect. They do it in the evening, in a little bit, jumps back up, overall lower than it was, do it again in the evening, the next night, jumps back up a little bit more, but overall lower than it was, creating this kind of trend of downward. And don't forget, managed money traders operate on these type of trends right here. So maybe, again, purely manipulative behavior. Don't want to get into that. If you want to know more about that, listen to my last 700 videos. My throat gets sore talking about it. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to drop that in your ear. I think all these prices, as I said, I believe that sub $2,000 silver is a bargain. I believe it's sub $2,500 silver probably is a bargain if you think about it in terms of medium and long term. Silver is not met its all-time high, but twice, 1980, 2011, not since then. Gold has hit its all-time high 3 or 4 times since then. Silver, the underdog of everything, underdog. Have no fear. Underdog is here, and it looks like Underdog is holding up its own here at $25.30 per ounce. Gold got hacked last night. I was really surprised to see strength in silver. There's something going on in the silver markets. What is that? What is that? It's no silver, folks. And before someone says, "Oh man, just go on," oh, God, when I say there's no silver, let me rephrase this to some people that may not get it. Okay. I'm not saying there's no silver on Earth, that somehow some Goldfinger type figure made all the silver radioactive and there's no, or just made it turn into dust, or some alien virus, turned silver into, no, I'm not talking about that. When I say silver shortages, and when most people that are smart talk about silver shortages, they're talking about overall available silver for sale at this moment, okay? At this moment based on these current spot prices. And that is where we have a major shortage. There's not a shortage of silver on the globe, I'm sure. There's a large amounts of silver in lots of different hands, from small investors all the way up to large investors, not to mention manufacturing that goes on where they have to own the silver, and there's a limited amount of silver available out there. Last week's video, or I'm sorry, Monday's video, which was about not JP, but being short, that BlackRock SLV was short 38 million ounces, which Ted Butler points out in one of his articles that the BlackRock short is indeed, it's a 38 million ounce short position in BlackRock's SLV. And Ted clearly points out, and seems to clearly point out, and he's written many letters to BlackRock, that this is not a short position, and they kind of not acknowledge it. Normally they would, so you know it is. This is not a short position. It's anything but a short position. This is just a clear lack of having silver to submit into the funds, this 38 million ounces, okay? It's in a convoluted way. They'd have to, if they didn't have the ounces to submit into the SLV fund, they'd have to short it somehow to cover their assets. Trust me, but if there's anybody that knows how to read those type of reports and those type of, and what I would call, is anyone knows how to do that investigatively and understand that, Ted Butler is, and he has made the assertion, and I agree with him, that there is a major shortage of silver out there in large scale. And again, before some of you guys that are on your website right now with your local silver dealer or down at your local silver, that is not major silver supplies, all right? I'm talking, major amounts of silver that's needed to fuel the manufacturing that goes on and to fuel the investment demand that goes on. And the lack of silver that's coming out of mines because of rising fuel costs and because of miners just not doing that great, okay? So you got not much silver coming out of the ground. You have very little scrap coming in. Anybody that says, well, you got scrap's bullshit. I'm in the scrap business as well, and there's no scrap coming in hardly in silver. Very little, a fraction what it once was. Silver is in strong hands right now. It's in investment hands. It's in hands of people that understand what's going on, and a lot of it's been used in manufacturing. So there is a silver shortage out there, a major silver shortage, okay? Like I said, I hope I addressed the folks that are going to start screaming, no, I can buy silver from, oh, I saw a bunch of bricks in a holding seal. I saw 60 bricks or something. No. Or SD has a bunch of kilos. No. I'm sorry, folks. That is not evidence that we are not in a. And again, the silver shortage is pretty clear and evident by the current prices and the fact that the big commercials haven't shot it down, because I think they do realize that they're going to get caught with their pants on or pants down if they do. Platinum nearing that $1,100 mark. I like the movement of platinum. I knew platinum, the most unloved metal of the three, probably the most, even more effed with than silver in the crooked Crimex markets. But it's looking good. It's looking really good. Palladium, who cares? Because very few people deal in it. We may deal for every 1,000 ounces of gold, we may get an ounce of palladium, and I'm not bullshit with you. And probably that, with silver, it'd be tens of thousands of ounces for every ounce of palladium we get asked about. Maybe I'm just not in a palladium area, I don't know, but it's not a big investment metal, trust me on that. Mostly industrial, not a lot of investment in palladium. And that market, I'm sure, is just as screwed with as platinum, and as we well know, silver is in the criminal Crimex markets. All right, got an interesting thing here. By the way, I'm going to talk about silver prices here. Selling your silver eagles, trading your silver eagles. I'm going to show you guys how to make some money here. You want to make $2,000, $2,500 on your 500 silver eagles. 500 silver eagles. I'll show you how to make $2,000, $2,500, or put. Anyways, we'll get to that. I think it's really exciting. I think you'll like that. I've done this a couple times in my videos. I hope I made you guys some good money. I'm going to make you some good money today if you listen to me. All right. Well, you're going to make good money no matter what you do, even if you sit and hold your stuff. But let's move into the silver eagles, okay? Because I'm going to talk about silver eagles, why they're overpriced, why the market sucks on them right now, and what's going on out there. I was under the false illusion that the U.S. Mint is mandated to produce a certain amount of silver eagles yearly. I was incorrect on that, but I was reminded by my liberal 8-year-old genius friend. When I say liberal 8-year-old, this AI program does tend to lean liberal. It also tends to quote narratives, corporate and government narratives. It really has a bad habit of doing that, but I still think it's pretty cool, the AI. So let me ask, and it does give you some factual stuff. Garbage in, garbage out. Whatever's on the internet, this thing's going to pull it up, okay? And it's going to repeat it to you like gospel, all right? Garbage in, garbage out. Same thing applies to humans, myself even. I said, so the U.S. Mint is mandated to produce a certain amount of silver eagles yearly. It says, no, the United States Mint is not mandated by law to produce a specific amount of silver eagles yearly. Okay. However, there's always a however, or a but, or a big but. The Mint is required by law to produce enough coins to meet public demand, which can sometimes result in annual production figures varying from year to year. The demand for silver eagles is driven by various factors as investor sentiment, economic, blah, 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 blah. The Mint strives, again, this to me looks like a, ready? I mean, did the Mint's own advertising people write this? The Mint strives to meet this demand while maintaining quality and integrity. Come on, AI, give me a break. Tell me that this thing doesn't support narratives. But again, I have a lot of fun with it. I think if you know its limitations, you can get good stuff out of it. Give me one sec. And we have. Let me point something out to you here. I don't have to scour over the internet to find this stuff. AI does it for me. Again, but garbage in, garbage out. So I ask it, post Critter 19, the U.S. Mint staff is back at operation levels. However, they have not even remotely kept up with demand. Speculation is, maybe that was the question I shouldn't have asked, that a shortage of silver is a problem and that the U.S. Mint was told to reduce production to not exacerbate the shortage. Tell me what you know about this. Okay, and here you go. There have been reports of a shortage of silver in the market, which has led to increased demand for physical silver coins, including the American silver eagle produced by the U.S. Mint. It is true that the Critter 19 has affected the production and supply chain of many industries, including the precious metals industry. However, there is no evidence to suggest that the U.S. Mint was instructed to reduce production to avoid exacerbating a silver shortage. All right. Now again, my speculation, the speculation of some people that are smarter than me that know these markets, and my understanding, and I've talked about this again in my 700 videos, of the plunge protection team, the presidential working group. I believe that they're in cahoots with the CRIMEX, COMEX, CME group, with the Treasury, and they understand that there could be big issues right now if there's defaults in silver, and they've asked the U.S. Mint. Now this, again, speculative, not fact, but speculative, that the U.S. Mint's been asked to reduce its production. Listen, all their employees are back. Everything's running like it did. They're just not putting the silver eagles out. Why is that, all right? So again, my thought was they were being asked not to do that, okay? The U.S. Mint has stated that Critter 19 has impacted their ability to produce and distribute coins due to staffing. All right, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. We know that that's over. We know that their staffing is fine. And they talk about allocation, which is kind of cool here, and some other things. And so, you know, my question was pretty simple and straightforward. So I asked AI, you know, the Critter 19 shutdown was 2 to 3 years ago. What is their excuse now? I was saying, what kind of answer am I going to get this? Lo and behold, my 8-year-old genius liberal friend here that can search the internet a billion times faster than me or you says, I apologize for the confusion in my previous response. The Critter 19 did not impact the operation use meant big turnaround there. Weird how it does that, really. But it does apologize. That's nice. Most people, when they're wrong, don't apologize, but the computers do. But it is no longer a significant factor in the current situation. Currently, the U.S. Mint has been experiencing delays and shortages in production and distribution of American silver eagles due to an unprecedented demand for silver. Where the F did this come from? And again, when I go out looking for stuff online, I'm looking for information like this, but again, AI can do it much faster than me, which has put a certain strain on the global supply chain. This increased demand has been driven by a combination of factors such as concern about inflation, economic uncertainty, and rising interest in precious metals as an investment. Additionally, there has been an increased demand for physical silver from industries, solar panel, remember the green era we're in, production, electronics, which are important to our you know, we have to have that stuff, which has further strained the supply chain. And I talked about this earlier when I talked about manufacturing and availability of silver. The U.S. Mint has stated they're working to increase production to meet demand, but they also caution it takes some time to catch up. In the meantime, the shortage of physical silver has led to higher premiums and longer wait times for consumers who wish to purchase American silver eagle coins. All right. So a simple question for me is, so the U.S. Mint is having a hard time sourcing silver for production is the reason for the exceedingly low production. And guess what? The answer is yes, that is correct. A resounding yes, too, as well. Which surprised me. I didn't expect that answer. The U.S. Mint has cited difficulty sourcing silver as a major factor in the current low productions of silver eagle coins. The global supply chain for silver has been strained due to increased demand from various industries, electronics, blah, blah, blah. We just read that. The demand for silver has outpaced the available supply, leading to higher prices and longer wait times for silver deliveries. Now, actually, if I wanted to extend this video, I would ask for more specific information on that and data, because that is a interesting comment by itself, okay? The U.S. Mint has said they're due to the blah, 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 limited, it may take some time to catch up, blah, 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 okay. But what surprised me is I was curious, and I asked AI this because I haven't been able to find out myself. I haven't been able to find out direct information. This is kind of stuff that passes around amongst silver people and people that talk about silver, about why the U.S. Mint is reduced its production. So I asked, please state your most official source that says U.S. Mint is having a hard time finding silver. Again, another interesting answer. The United States Mint has not explicitly stated, wow, okay, that they have a hard time finding silver. But we always get buts and howevers. They have acknowledged that unprecedented demand for physical silver has led to supply chain disruptions and delays in the production and distribution of American silver eagles. And a statement released on, wow, we get a statement too, folks, and I love this. This is great. I would have had to search forever to find this if I did. In a statement released on March 23rd, 2021, the U.S. Mint stated that global silver shortages have driven demand for many of our bullion and numismatic products to record heights, that we're working diligently to maximize the Mint's production, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, here we go. Additional report by Reuters published in 2021 stated that the U.S. Mint was rationing sales of its popular American gold and silver eagles to global distributors amid surging demand. But folks, the amount that they're producing, when they say surging demand, what they're producing is far less than what they were producing from 2010 to 2019 on the average, I think. They weren't getting bigger demand than that. They're producing less than they were before Critter 19. So that's a bullshit excuse. They just can't find the silver. The report cited unnamed sources who stated that the Mint was struggling to source enough silver's blanks to meet. The report cited, what report? Oh, a report by Reuters, there we go. While the U.S. Mint has not explicitly stated they're having a hard time finding silver, their statements and actions suggest that they're facing challenges in the supply chain for silver and working to meet the more or less, folks, what's going on out there? They don't want you to know that there is a major shortage of silver. Mining has not kept up with it. Manufacturing has actually taken it off the market, some of it for good because it ends up in landfills, and the rest is sitting in investor hands. Silver is probably rarer than gold. All right, now I'm taking some pretty big steps there saying that. Whew, I'm not even going to get into politics today, but you know what? This represents 2020, doesn't it? If you had to have one picture that represented 2020, and what does that have to do with the price of gold and silver? I always ask myself when I'm talking to you guys about this. Well, idiocy just creates the downfall of the empire even faster. All right. So, and what does that do? That causes the fiat to fall faster. And what does that do? That causes the gold and silver you're holding in your pockets to go up faster. So when you see stuff like this, we shouldn't be smiling. It's the decline of our empire. But what we should be doing is understanding that we're well protected as far as our finances go if you own gold and silver. And it's gone. What a great, if anyone's ever watched South Park, that's one of the most classic South Park clips where one of the kids puts his money in the bank, and 3 seconds after he puts it in, the bank says, it's gone. I wish I could show it to you. Well, you know what? How not to think about gold. I'd go into some of the articles here that are pretty good. I like some of the articles by Monetary Metals as well. And but there we go. There we go. Another. That's not a black swan, folks. This is known about. This is built into the economy. This is all that stuff. It may cause markets to kind of sway a little bit up and down. Credibility of the government to go down like they have it anyway. They don't have any credibility. How much lower can they get? They've hit dirt bottom pretty close. Oh wow, these people are just freaking evil. And in my opinion, and what else we got? All right. I'm moving out of here. I'm going to move into the deal that I told you about. I'm going to keep it simple, all right? Real simple. I'm going to give you some math here. You got a calculator, you got a pen, piece of paper next to you, pause your thing, whatever. I'm going to tell you so you can do the math yourself, make sure I'm doing it correctly myself. Currently, if you came into my store today and you had 500 silver eagles, I would give you, give me 1 second here. I would give you back, give me 1 second here. Couple things here. I could give you back 586 ounces of generic 1 ounce rounds. So, and what does that represent? What does that extra $86 represent? It represents $2,150 more silver in your pocket, all right? $2,150 more silver in your pocket. So, if you took 500 mint sealed silver eagles, or you don't have to be mint sealed, they just have to be mint and resaleable, okay? If you sold 500 silver eagles to me, I could give you back 586 ounces of silver. So that extra 86 ounces of silver at $25 an ounce without the premium represents $2,150 more, $50 more in pure silver in your pocket, rather than sitting with a huge premium that you're never going to get back when silver finally just gets into its bubble mode. And believe me, gold and silver will go into a bubble mode at some point. They all do. When all the public starts jumping in, your hairdresser starts talking about gold and silver, they're jumping in. Markets are flying higher than they've ever been, record highs. You're going to go to sell if you're smart, if you recognize that we're in a high market and you can put your money into something stable temporarily. You're going to be standing next to a guy that has 100-ounce bars or some ugly-ass generic rounds that he paid a lot cheaper for and hopefully did this trade. All right, you could be standing in line at the height of the market with your 500 Silver Eagles, all right, getting the same price as the guy that has 586 1-ounce generic rounds. Who's going to walk out with more money? He is. Trust me, folks, there's no great reason to own Silver Eagles other than I love buying in America. It's a beautiful product, but there's no good reason to own them when you start talking premiums that high. And there's no good reason to own them when you can make trades like that and put more real silver in your pocket, not an imagined theoretical potential premium that you may get for them down the road. Get that premium now. Strike while the iron's hot. Get rid of your Silver Eagles and trade them for 90%. I mean, trade them for 1-ounce rounds or something comparable, okay? I can give you, you could actually probably walk out with more than that in 100-ounce bars or something like that. You could probably, no, 100-ounce bars. Well, on a larger deal, you could. If you got more than 500 ounces of Silver Eagles, too, you're foolish to hang on to them right now. Come to my store and I'll do a great deal with you and put more silver in your pocket, or find yourself a good local dealer that'll do that for you as well. And again, there's going to be some guys out there too that are going to say, oh, you just want my Silver Eagles. Hell no, I don't want them really. I can make $1 a piece on them and $1 going in and out, so that's $2 a trade on a 500-ounce deal for me, so I make $1,000 on it. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with putting extra money in your pocket and putting some money in my pocket as well. I don't want the Silver Eagles. You know what I'm going to do with them? I'm going to trade them myself. I'm trading my Silver Eagles here in stock to my distributor for far more 1-ounce rounds that my customers like and will buy, and they're a better deal as well. Well, that's the best things out there, folks. Best deals out there are still 1-ounce, 100-ounce bars, kilo bars, and 10-ounce bars. And as far as gold goes, the best deal out there is still 1-ounce gold bars, which are we have them for spot plus $73, going up to spot plus 123 for Gold Eagles, and everything in between, Maples, KRs, and everything. By the way, as you know, my name is Brian Kuzmar. I've been in this business since 1777. 1977, and that threw me on. 1977, yeah, I started to feel like I was born in 1777. 1977, and I started this business in 1995 with a partner and under a different name, but I've been in this building since 1995, buying and selling precious metals, so I know what I'm doing out there, folks. I'm well known in the rare coin industry as well. I do rare coins, paper money, but precious metals I've been doing since I was a kid, and I know some of the biggest precious metal dealers out there on a first name basis since I've been doing it as I was a kid. Oh, and listen, as far as the price of 90% too, same thing. You can trade your 90 and still put more silver in your pocket. I didn't do the math for that, but 90% is overpriced, constitutional silver as they call it. Same deal. Trade in your constitutional, trade in your Silver Eagles, get yourself more silver in your pocket. It's a smart play. And again, like I said, I'm not keeping these things for myself. And any of you that want to know me in the comments section, that have been in my store and bought silver from me, know that we do everything we can to steer you away from these high-priced premium products like Silver Eagles and stuff. We do everything we can. In fact, we've even pissed some customers off by saying, hey, listen, you shouldn't buy these, all right? Well, some of them were, well, at these levels, you know. Again, when Silver Eagles getting down to that $4 and $5 premium level, which they did for a little bit, not such a bad deal, you know. Hey, listen, not such bad, but at 9, 10, 12, and if you look online, SD Bullion is getting what, 42 or some crazy. I'm telling you, folks. Oh, talk to my distributor about Silver Eagles too. This is a guy that has supplied, unknown fella, probably one of the most honorable gentlemen I know in the one of the most honorable gentlemen in my top 2 list in the bullion business. I talked to him about silver eagles, okay, and he was, I was saying, oh, there's some big buyers out there, and he would know, you know, are there some big major buyers? He says, no. He says, the problem we're seeing right now is that the mint hasn't been producing, and that's why I started talking about this. The mint hasn't been producing them. There's big demand for them out there because it's a popular product, but people that own them don't want to sell them at these levels either. He says, I can't understand why, you know, people aren't selling their silver eagles and buying cheaper products. And of course, you know, that's something I've been doing for a little while. It's advice I gave to my customers back a while ago, and it's worked well for me and some of the people that have listened to me. But you know, it is not a big, huge buyer out there buying 90%. That is not what is causing the premiums to go up, folks. It's just lack of product. No silver available. And when I say no silver available, again, let me remind you guys that say, I get plenty of silver out there. Let me remind you, no available silver for sale, or very little, okay? All right, let's get out of here. I talked about this stuff. I'd like to thank everybody for watching my videos. Guys, you know, a lot of you here, Ernest Buell has a good point here, if you guys would, in the comment section. I was reading this, and he's absolutely correct about this. If silver was DL $1,000 an ounce, that would put a hurt on. Yeah, that's for sure. That would put a hurt on. Yeah. Good video, subscribed. And Tree Climber, nice to see you. You know, I got so many comments, folks. My videos are kind of blown up. I don't know where it came from or what algo hit, but all of a sudden, no, I'm getting like 100, 200 comments. I'm getting like, I mean, look, what is it, 34,000 views. I'm used to, having like 25, 35 comments out there, and I talk to each one of you guys, but I just can't do it today. And again, I'm more able, when videos get just like crazy, like those kind of numbers, which for me is crazy, it's getting harder and harder for me to answer the comments. But if it's a really important question, guys, catch me out here. So far, I think it's a great free speech forum. There's my name, Brian Kuzmar, at Brian Kuzmar. You can pause it, write it down on a piece of paper. Catch me out here and ask me questions here, because I am not, look, I think I got like, how many? 63 followers. Nobody really asked me any questions, but it's a good forum to ask me questions, and you can catch me there if I'm not answering in the comment section on YouTube. BlackRock SLV missing 38 ounces. I think we just explained that pretty clearly. Good video again. If you haven't seen it, take a look. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, by the way, and I appreciate that. Hit that bell, I'll let you know when my new videos come up. And if you ever happen not to find me on this platform, the YT Platinum, you know where you can find me. You can find me, where'd it go? Sorry about that, make you dizzy. You can find me here. Great free speech platform as well, where I've been backing up all my videos, and I've been getting a few subscribers here. Very slow platform, but again, my respect is for any platform that has a free speech platform. I'm all in, man. I'd pay a subscription fee too to have a free speech platform in these times. You know what I mean? A true free platform speech. Okay, boy, I get a little tongue-tied there. Say that 5 times fast. All right, where else can you catch me? Well, no, I want to give it, you can catch me out here, but I don't really answer a lot of questions out here. But heads up to all the Wall Street Reddit silver apes out there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing and all that good stuff. Nice community out there of people. And again, you can catch me on Twitter. You can catch me here. And that's it, folks. Don't forget, oh boy, June, we got the Lakeland show coming up. If you live in Florida and you want to go to a really fun, cool show that has all kinds of collectibles, gold, silver, and platinum, bullion, coins, and bars. You even seen antique firearms there, occasionally antique weapons, all kinds of neat stuff. You got the Collectorama show coming up in June. If you want to bring your family up and everything like that, it's a 4-hour drive from Broward County, more or less, and from Orlando or Tampa, it's an hour maybe, so, a lot of people in the state can come to this great show. Again, get your tickets for your family, free tickets right here. Just hit that, save the code on your phone or whatever, or print it out, bring it in, you get in for free, save yourself the admission charge. And if you're a dealer in any type of collectible, rare coins, precious metals, and you want a table at the show, hit the dealer page thing there and give us a call. We can hook you up with a table. It's a fun show too. Been around, I think this is like the 77th show, man. My father started this show. And here, I'm embarrassed to say you can catch me out at this LinkedIn as well, but I have good luck out at LinkedIn. Someone told me LinkedIn's just for 80-year-old guys, maybe I took that a little too harshly, but you can catch me out there too at Brian Kuzmar as well if you want to ask me questions. And I think that's it. I'm going to quickly look at spot prices here and see. I'm kind of curious here. Yeah, we're in that sub $2,000 range, but look at the strength of silver, just amazing. I have a feeling they're going to try to monkey hammer it tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, folks, but let's see how that works, all right? All right, that's it. Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. If you live in South Florida and you're looking to buy anywhere from $1 worth of gold, silver, and platinum to millions of dollars worth of gold and silver and platinum, come and see me. We're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. Been in this location since 1995. Been doing this since '77 when I started working for my father in Boca Raton. And if you don't live in the state of Florida and you want to buy from us, we do have minimums, unfortunately, just because we're not set up to do smaller sales. But if you're looking to buy more than 1,500 ounces of silver and more than 100 ounces of gold, call us at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals at 954-493-8811, 10 to 4 Eastern Time, and we can hook you up. More than likely, we can beat your local dealer. And if not, again, I can't stress enough, before you go online and order from Atmex, SD, and J and Bullion, who I advertise to beat, check with your local dealer. See if he can beat those prices as well. If he can't and you're buying larger quantities, give us a call. We can help you out. Thanks again for watching, folks. Have yourself a nice day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.